But we're going to come on the air with breaking news, a UPS plane crashing near an airport in Louisville. The video appearing to show the plane on fire moments before it explodes into a fireball, a massive plume of smoke shooting into the air, first responders rushing to the scene. Tom Costello has the late breaking details.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, you guys missed. That's the shot that we need to
There's believed to be a plane crash.
Near the Louisville, Kentucky airport tonight, a massive fire on the ground after a reported plane crash. Witnesses report seeing a UPS MD-11 cargo plane going down at 5:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Louisville is home to the UPS World Port, a major North American cargo hub. With thick smoke and reports of explosions near the scene, authorities issued a shelter in place for the immediate area. At this hour, it's not clear what cargo the plane might have been carrying. The FAA says UPS Flight 2976 was departing for Honolulu when the crash occurred. The FAA and NTSB will lead the investigation. In a statement, UPS says it has been notified of an accident involving one of our aircraft in Louisville. Muhammad Ali International Airport tonight is closed.
Again, there is no movement on the runway whatsoever.
All right, Tom Costello joins us now live. Tom, talk to us about what happened exactly at the airport. Do we know if there's any more injuries? And what do we know about this cargo plane?
Let's start with the injuries. Our local affiliate there is reporting that 4 people have been transported. At least 4 have been transported to another hospital. And UPS says 3 people were. Look at that right there. Left side of the plane. Look at that engine. It appears to have already been on fire just as this plane was about to take off, and then, as you can see, exploded into a fireball. So UPS saying that at least 3 crew members were on board. This flight was headed to Louisville, Kentucky. Again, Honolulu from Louisville. 2976 is the flight number. A cargo plane and an MD-11. And Tom, as you and I know, that used to be a mainstay of many fleets back in the 90s and early 2000s. It originally was built back in around 1990, 91 or so. And then about 15 years ago or so, they started transitioning more to cargo flights, in part because the MD-11 really had kind of a storied and a sordid history with several incidents and crashes along the way. This is the plane that has the engine on the tail, so 3 engines, including one on the tail, a wide-body plane that for years carried passengers long distances, but lately has really been only used for cargo and a mainstay of UPS. And Tom, as you and I have both been there before, this is the major hub for UPS operations in Louisville at the World Port there in Louisville.
All right, Tom Costello leading us off tonight. Tom, we thank you. I want to get over to Keith Mackey. He's the president of aviation consulting, Mackey International. Talk to us about the video you've seen so far, and what do you think has happened here? Can you tell at least, was it a problem with the engines? Was it a problem at takeoff?
Well, we know there are no passengers. There's only a crew. And the MD-11 is an airplane that was a passenger airplane at one time, but primarily it's used for cargo. That's probably the use of it as best it can be utilized now. The MD-11 holds quite a bit of fuel, and going nonstop to Honolulu, it would have been nearly full. Consequently, all the flames. Now, once the crew has been saved or the injured treated, the next effort will be to recover the black boxes, the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder. Another thing that's going to be of great interest is in determining the consist of the airplane. What was the cargo? Was there anything flammable or hazardous on there? That'll be a big place to look. Once they do those things, the cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder will be analyzed to see what happened. Hopefully the crew survived and we're able to get a firsthand story from them. But at this point, we're only speculating. We don't know the cause of the crash. But we soon will have information that'll lead us in that direction, I think.
Keith, we thank you for your information and your guidance tonight. For more on the ground, I want to get right to Alena Noakes from NBC's affiliate, WAVE Wave in Louisville, Kentucky. What can you tell us tonight about what you're seeing there on the scene?
Well,
Well, so far we've seen the smoke really kind of die with the night sky. As it's gotten darker, it's become harder to see, but the flames as well kind of dying down. I want to give you a live look behind us. We right now are in the Bay Area of the Muhammad Ali International Airport. So behind me, you can actually see the faintness of those flames as the crews continue to work. We've been seeing from a lot of our cameras, crews continue to spray water on this fire. We are going now into the 2-hour mark when the plane crash was first reported. We still have crews actively working road closures in that direction. That area is inaccessible. So this is where we are at tonight. Really difficult to see, but the smoke still, you can smell it. It's become a little fainter as the last hour has gone by, but crews are continuing to work, and the smell is continuing to cause a shelter-in-place warning. We still do have sirens that can be heard, even from over here. That's quite a distance from where we're at right now, where they're working the scene, but you can still hear crews. We do know that they, again, had 3 people confirmed that were on that plane, and the thing that's unclear tonight is just how many people may have been impacted on the ground. Our local crews around here have been trying to get as close as we can, trying to talk to people who were witnesses to that crash. It's become really unclear just how many businesses or homes may have been impacted that direction. Where the plane crash happened, there are some smaller businesses, a mechanic shop, things of that nature that we do know from witness video were involved in this incident. So it's still unclear the impacts on the ground as well as with the plane.
And Alena, just remind our viewers, is there still that 5-mile perimeter? We know immediately after the crash, emergency response units were very concerned about with the people around that airport.
Yeah, this plane was carrying 280,000 gallons of fuel tonight. So there is still that shelter-in-place warning. I believe they adjusted it from the 5 miles to rather a perimeter around the roads that were of concern for them. So that is kind of still in place tonight. You can still smell it. We are taking precautions ourselves. I'm talking to you right now without a mask on, but we are taking those precautions ourselves. And people in the area are still advised to take those precautions as well, because that shelter-in-place warning has not been lifted.
All right, Alena Noakes. Again, we thank you for all your reporting there. We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.